Welcome to Department of Civil and Environment Engineering channel. Today's topic is about angle of repose. Before going into the topic of angle of repose at footing, let's start from the basics. So, what is angle of repose? As you can see, the sand is placed on ground, and if you observe closely that the soil has an angle with the horizontal surface, this angle at which the soil finally settled is called as angle of repose. Different material has different angle of repose. Now let's see angle of repose in terms of civil engineer point of view at foundation level site conditions. The general rule of thumb that angle of repose is 45 degrees from the face of PCC, or 135 degrees from the bottom of the PCC. The angle of repose, red zone as shown in the figure, is the critical area in which you shouldn't dig or tunnel. Disturbing the soil anywhere within those regions could lead to serious consequences. Now, coming to practical experience in construction site. Recently, architect had visited our site and found that PCC what has been casted is wrong, and it need to be reconstructed, and later asked him, what was the reason behind this mistake? This was his answer. There are few conditions to be followed for angle of repose while casting PCC at footing. Firstly, if we are having the depth of PCC as 450 millimeters, then we must consider 450 millimeters at the face of footing too. As you can see in this image. To generalize, if we have X millimeters depth of PCC, then we must consider X millimeters horizontal distance from the face of the footing too, as shown in the diagram. Secondly, let us consider footing A and footing B. As discussed earlier, that each footing has its own zones like this. Consider this situation. In this case, we can see that footing B is in the zone of footing A. This kind of overlapping of the zones is not accepted because the loads that are transferred from footing A will be imposed on footing B. Now, to solve this kind of problem, we must bring the footing B to this level. By this, the forces from footing A will no longer imposed on footing B. If we follow these conditions, then we are good to go for construction. You might have this question. How to bring the footing B to this level? The answer to this question is that we must fill this portion with plumb concrete. So, to figure out this in mathematical terms, it means that if we have distance of 1 meter horizontally like this, then we must have the depth of 1 meter like this too. To generalize, if we have X meter horizontally, then we must follow the depth as X meter only. No changes in the dimensions. This was a thumb rule. By maintain same length, we are automatically generating angle of 45 degrees at the face of footing, by which it satisfies the angle of repose condition.